You ever rehearse your lines over 100 times to the point where you can do it in your sleep? But as soon as you get on set and they yell, action, you can remember a darn thing. Your brain goes to mush. You do not remember your lines. What do you do? Hi, guys, and welcome to Creative Struggles. You're here with Nahjalae, and it is New Year's Eve. That is what we're going to talk about today, stage fright, and how that fear hits you right when you're supposed to shine. Let's talk about it. Now, you already know before we get into the topic of today, grind report. And actually, it's going to be the same as last week because you know why? It's still the holiday. So let's just wait until after New Year's. Why don't we? So let's get into the story because I know you're waiting for that. Now, the question today is how can you be an actor and also have stage fright? Well, me, myself, personally, I used to be scared of my own shadow as a kid. I have learned to not be as timid in front of people. It used to be a whole thing, especially in school. Oh my gosh. If I had to get up in front of the class and speak, are you kidding me? I would be shaking, legs trembling. It was scary because people are watching you. I'm watching them watch me. What do they expect me to do? Also, I feel like it was more so of feeling alone. You're up on stage, you're by yourself while everybody is out in the crowd watching you. I never cared for talking in front of people, especially a crowd of anything. No, thank you. Those little nerves that try to overpower me, it's like, no, we can't do this right now. We are in a make it or break it situation. We have to pull it together. Hands start sweating. I'm standing awkward. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I mispronounce something? Like all of these negative things are running through my head and instantly I'm like, oh, people are going to laugh at me. That was like my go-to thing. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I don't believe I can do it. Definitely had no faith in myself. Fast forwarding to adulthood as I've gotten older and still getting older. I'm not as shy and quiet as I used to be. I would just kind of rather sit and observe first, scope out the scenery, and then, have a light conversation and then move on from there. Give me a second to check the scenery out. I just need to see something. Also, I am a high functioning introvert, so I can do extroverted things. There's no issue. But once my meter runs low, I gotta go. I have to go because now I'm no longer having fun. Also, I feel like I can be a little socially awkward. So if we're going somewhere, right? Say it's me and like two other friends or me and one other friend, right? We're going to this event that has a good amount of people. And what if you see somebody you know? So now you're going to go talk to them. What do I do? I don't know anybody here. Like, okay, I'll just stand in the corner. Honestly, I take that back because lately I have been the initiator of starting conversations, especially if I'm by myself and I see somebody else by themselves. I'm like, okay, I feel like we in the same boat. So let me say something. I'm just naturally awkward. So I've learned to deal with that. In terms of acting, cold reading is what really gets me because this is your first time seeing it. Let me take a moment to myself so I can look it over. Nowadays, they give you a couple minutes, about 5 minutes, look it over and then come back. I would prefer to do that. I'm like, can we all read separately first and then come back as a collective? Now, on to the story time. This is going to be a self-sabotage audition story. It's going to start off really nice and then it's going to gradually go down. So I was on casting networks and I came across this submission. I can relate to this character. Let me send in the self tape. Sent it in. I believe a month or so goes by and I didn't hear anything. So I'm like, oh, okay, they picked somebody else. Cool. And then randomly, I get a message saying, we would like you to come in person for an audition. I haven't done an in-person audition in a long time because mind you, after COVID, they kind of stopped doing a lot of in-person auditions and a lot of it has become virtual or you just send in your self-tape. So I'm like, oh, okay, I need to prepare myself to go in person. I prepared myself, and I like to be one of those people where I don't like to rush, especially if I'm going to set or I'm going to an audition where I need to get my mind right. I need to get there super early so I'm not rushing. Once I get there, I need to zone out. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want nobody to talk to me respectfully. I'm in my zone. I need to run through my lines, but not overdo it because I feel like I can run over my lines so much to the point where now I'm forgetting it. It's like, hold on. Okay, let's take a break because now we're forgetting what we're supposed to be saying. So we can calm down on the lineage. And honestly, just staying focused, like that is key. I'm going to try to do all of these things at this in-person audition. So it's me and like people keep coming in and I'm not paying attention to any of them. I'm not thinking anything negative. I'm simply looking like straight forward into the abyss, going over my lines in my head, seeing positivity into myself, and it was taking the nerves away actually. So they called me up and the guy was like, "You nervous? Now why would you ask me a question like that?" But no, I was like, "No, I'm cool." And I was not nervous. And he opened the door. There were 10 people sitting at this table. This was an audition for a movie that is going to be on Netflix. You have the casting director, the producer, the assistant producer, the director, like all of these people at this table. And I'm like, you know what? No, we're not even going to think about the amount of people that are sitting here looking at me. We are going to just kill it. They're not here. So I go in there, and mind you, there's 2 audition pieces. One I had already rehearsed for, and then the other one was a new one. So while I'm sitting there speaking positivity into myself and memorizing lines I already know, I'm trying to memorize the new lines that I was just given. So just kind of going through all of that. So I get into the audition room and they're asking me questions. I answer them and we go into the scene. And after the scene, I kid you not, one of the guys was like, "She good. Call her back." And then they all started laughing. I had myself on the back just a little bit, just because I wasn't doubting myself, but I hadn't done an in-person audition in a while, and I just felt good knowing that I was noticed and appreciated and seen. It just felt good to hear those words in person in real time. After leaving the audition, I want to say a couple days later, I get an email saying that they would like for me to come back for a second round of auditions. Wow, like second rounds, like obviously they see something in me, so I need to lock in for real. I go to the second audition and the mindset was still there, but I was thrown completely off. Let me tell you how. So, one, they had music playing in like, the background of all of us sitting in the waiting room. And I was toning it out, but it was loud. And then you have people that want to just sit and talk. I'm not one of those people, especially when I'm here to book a job. I don't want to talk. We can talk after, but right now I feel like we all need to be quiet and go over what we need to go over. So I'm just trying to sit in my zone, kind of tune everybody out. And then this lady keeps talking to everybody. And then she finally gets around to me and I'm being short with her. I feel like when you're being short with somebody, they should get the hint of, oh, she don't want to talk. Cool. She just kept badgering. It was just so annoying. So where are you from? XYZ. What's your favorite color? Like just random questions. Like you can't wait until we're finished with the audition. And then she say something slick like, "Why is it so tense up in here? Like y'all should already know what y'all doing. Like it's not that deep." And I don't know if that was a tactic to throw people off. It might have been. Thinking about it, that might have been her tactic. Hey, clearly it was throwing me off. So, hey, kudos to her, I guess. So I'm trying to ignore her. And mind you, I was like the third person to get there and they're going off of a list. So I was the third person to go into the audition. And I go in there and I felt like I was going to be off because I was thrown all out of whack. So I just kind of knew. I was like, this is not gonna work. Cause the same 10 people. I go in there and I'm not sure how I forgot the lines, but completely forgot them. I'm saying lines that's not even on the paper. Yeah, that was a tough one to swallow. And I hated it so much because I'm like, no, dang, they believed in me. And I was stuck. Like, I was stuck. I could not remember the lines. So I just went with what sounded familiar. I get an email from them again, and it was basically saying, oh, like everybody did so well, but we decided to move on with someone else. And it was to be expected because I knew I messed up. I was kind of down about it, but that was the problem. I doubted myself right before even getting inside. So I hate that I did that to myself, but yeah, that was on me because I let somebody else throw me off of my game and they ain't had nothing to do with me. I should have stayed focused and I didn't. That was on me for sure. Can't blame that on anyone else but myself. I could have just kicked myself because I'm like, Nahjalae, what were you thinking? But yeah, I just realized that I was in the moment and I got stuck. I think it happens to the best of people. Just learning to be better at the next in-person audition or auditions in general. I think is just something to continue to strive to be great at. I think that if you can ace the audition and book the gig, you are golden. I was so close, but next time it's going to happen. So I'm not worried about it. But a win is a win. I feel like I already kind of touched on it, but I feel like the win for me personally is receiving the good feedback in the first audition. I feel like I needed that because I was having a dry moment. I wasn't booking anything, and that kind of gave me a boost of like, okay, I'm still doing things right. Cool. Like that gave me my boost. Obviously, I was thrown off for the second audition, so it is what it is. But I will say the win is just getting that confirmation that I'm still doing the right thing. Lessons learned. So never let anyone throw you off of your game. It could have been a tactic, or it could have just been this person just naturally being who they were. Either way, I was thrown off. And once I feel like you're thrown off your game, it's kind of hard to get back on right in the moment. Just stay focused. You got to stay focused because at the end of the day, they're not paying your bills. You are. Just stay focused. That's all you can really do. You got to get it. You got to get it while the getting's good. I'm trying to learn you something. You got to open your ears, open your eyes, understand. It's up to you to listen. Thanks again for watching Creative Struggles. And of course, you know the deal. Follow, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Follow on Instagram, YouTube, all of the platforms. Well, it's okay. You can do it. Go ahead and press that button or buttons, whichever one floats your boat. I have it all. If you have an Android, I got iHeart, Amazon Music, Spotify. The choice is yours. Just pick one. I will talk to you guys next week. See you later, alligators.